In Crisol, your health bar is made up of blood. It keeps you alive and provides ammunition for your weapons, so you want to make sure you're on the lookout for refills. Holy blood is what you need to find to unlock additional health segments and increase the amount of blood you absorb from resources. Resources include syringes, which can be found loose in the world, in little cases, in boxes, and sometimes in chests. You can absorb animals and humans. And you can also find fountains that not only refill your health, but refill themselves to be used again. To start, when in combat, you have a pistol and a knife. Early on, the enemies take a lot more resources to defeat, so shooting them in the legs can really slow them down. Be aware, though, that they do have space between their leg hitboxes, so it's entirely possible to shoot between their legs and miss. You can also just go around them if there's space, but only if there's space. If they're on the ground, they still have collision, so be aware you might bump into them and be unable to get around. Sometimes you can retreat behind closed doors for a breather, and sometimes you can't. If you need a second, backtrack, but be prepared just in case they do follow you through. Once you start getting additional firearms beyond the pistol, use the quick swap buttons to quickly swap between weapons if you don't have time to reload. On PlayStation, those are the D-pad buttons. To assign a weapon to a quick slot, on PlayStation, hold triangle, select the weapon, and then select your quick slot. Also note that the knife does have durability on it, so if you use it, be sure to note the sharpening motorbikes in each area, and know that gas needs to be found separately, so keep an eye out. Or check my Google workbook, link in the description, for all of the gas locations that I've found. Because blood is not only your health, but your ammunition too, whenever you find a blood resource, be sure to reload your weapon first, and then yourself, especially if your health is mostly full, and especially the shotgun, because the cost per bullet is pretty expensive. Ew. Be sure to check in with the merchant often. Not only is she at the hideout, she can be found in the chapters too. You're always finding money that can be used to buy upgrades and keep your weapons as powerful as they can be, and your syringe satchel holding as many syringes as possible. Essence, paired with crow relics, is necessary to buy skills. Essence comes from defeating enemies and destroying idols. Different enemy types give different amounts, but the idols always seem to give 130. The chests at the hideout are Solari chests, and they can be opened with Solari brooches that can be found by absorbing humans in the chapters. Not only are humans good blood resource, they'll always contain either a key item or one of the Solari brooches. Be sure to open the chests after each chapter for some crow relics and money. A list of the hideout chests and their corresponding brooch locations can be found in my Google workbook. Link is in the description. The map is very helpful in knowing if you've cleared an area. If you've missed any type of loot or collectible, or haven't completed a puzzle, the map room will stay red. It'll turn blue once you've collected or completed everything. Note that not all items, however, influence the map color. Idols and crows that need freeing don't impact whether a room is clear or not. And with that in mind, always look up. Sometimes things can be found above your head. When at the hideout, be sure to play the fair games and claim your prizes. You can only play them once a chapter, though, so the only way to get additional tickets is to play the games again after completing a chapter. Note that the more you play, the harder they can get.